heart. Cool and good music, fantastic programs, politics, religion, culture, and lots more. Keep listening to Carnival Radio. Carnival Radio, enjoyment unlimited.
Good evening and welcome to news around the world from Carnival Radio. I am Joseph Oyukola. In the news this evening, in Africa, a prominent Sudanese human rights group has accused the country's army and security forces of torturing people to death and operating execution chambers. The emergency lawyers group said it had documented hundreds of arrests in the capital, Khartoum. It said that in the worst cases, some captives had later been found dead with evidence of torture. The Sudanese army recaptured the city from the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces (RSF) in March, against which it is fighting a bitter civil war that has killed tens of thousands in 2 years. The army did not respond to the request for comment on Sunday. In Asia, more than 200 people remain missing in one district of northwest Pakistan as a result of devastating monsoon flooding and landslide, an official said. Flash flood have killed more than 300 people in Pakistan and Pakistan-administered Kashmir in recent days, with most of the deaths recorded in the mountainous Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province. A local official in the worst affected Bona district told newsmen that at least 209 people were still missing there, but it is feared that no one could rise. Rescue teams have buried 8 unidentified bodies as there were no family members found alive to claim them. He said that J.K. Nick spoken and everyone around the town. Moving to Europe, European leaders have said they will join Ukrainian President Zelensky at his meeting with U.S. President Trump at the White House on Monday. It comes after Trump failed to reach a deal on ending the war in Ukraine during a meeting with Russian President Putin in Alaska on Friday. The U.S. president has since said he wants to bypass securing a ceasefire in Ukraine in favor of a permanent peace agreement. Those traveling to Washington include Sir Keir Starmer, the British Prime Minister, French President Emmanuel Macron, Chancellor Friedrich Merz of Germany, European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, and NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte. In North America, Hurricane Erin has weakened to a Category 3 hurricane as it moves towards the Bahamian archipelago in the Caribbean. The storm became a rare Category 5 cyclone on Saturday night with winds up to 160 mph, but meteorologists expect to fluctuate in intensity as it develops over the next few days. Despite this, the U.S. National Hurricane Center (NHC) says Erin is growing in size with tropical storm strength winds extending to 105 miles from its center. Storm-related hazards including flash flooding and landslides are expected in the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. The first hurricane in the 2025 Atlantic season does not forecast to make landfall over the mainland U.S. On to the last news on news around the world. In South America, people in Bolivia are headed to the polls to elect the next president as well as members of the Congress, with the governing socialists expected to lose power after almost 20 years due to a deep economic crisis and division within the leftist coalition. Ballot stations opened on Sunday at 8 a.m. and will close at 4 p.m. with initial result expected after 9 p.m. The election is also the first time in almost 2 decades that polling indicates Bolivia's incumbent movement for socialism, or MAS, confessed defeat. MAS affiliated and other left-leaning candidates trailed the right-wing opposition by about 10%. 8 presidential candidates are in the running, from the far right to the political left, but 2 candidates appear to have a comfortable lead: George Tutu Oroga, who served as interim president and vice president under former military ruler Hugo Baza, and Samuel Doria Mediana, a wealthy businessman and former planning minister. And that ends news around the world on Carnival Radio. Thank you very much for listening. You can download Carnival Media app from Google Play Store and App iOS. You can also check out our website at www.carnivalmedia.ng. My name remains Joseph Oyokola. Good evening, and please do well to enjoy your night.